What's the story, YouTube? Today's mission is we're going to be buying some cheap PC parts in Penang, and we will be looking for a couple of things. So basically, when traveling, bringing an entire PC tends to have a little bit of a weight issue at the airports. So I kind of dismantled my PC before I came over here, getting rid of most of the cheaper, heavier components, including monitors and my PC case, and kind of just bringing the most essential stuff. So those essential things being graphics card, RAM, motherboard, processor, cooler. What else did I bring? Basically everything except for monitors, a PC case, because my old one was tempered glass, which is very heavy and fragile, and a power supply unit. So that's what I'm going to be looking to pick up today, and I'm going to be doing so on the cheap. So I have decent enough components at home, but current capital will be going towards building a business. So basically, it's not a priority to have the nicest, flashiest case in the world. Once it's got a lot of fans, it cools everything well. That'll do. In terms of PSU, I'll be looking at 850 to 1000 watt or 750 to 1000 watt. Again, just looking for something that functions. I will be going for modular though. And monitors. So monitors I may buy today or may not buy today. Up until now, I've been using my laptop, which is decent enough, and I have two external portable monitors, which are pretty handy for traveling, by the way. But I need a decent monitor. It's driving me mental, and I kind of want to buy an ultra wide, 34-inch ultra wide, 1440p, that kind of way. There is a great deal on Lazada, which is like the Amazon of Asia over here at the moment, for an Acer Nitro, 34-inch, 1440p, 1 millisecond response time, 100 hertz refresh rate. It's not 144 hertz, but it's 100 hertz, which will do. And that's going for around 210 euros, so around 1,000 ringgit. I haven't seen a lot of ultra wides in this. Oh wow, we have a koi river here. I'll give you a quick look. This is cool. You see the, oh, you can see the koi fish. Yeah, this is just a random park and a fucking turtle. Oh my god, that is so fucking cool. Koi fish and turtle in a random little river in a random little park in the middle of the city. Had no clue it was here. That is really awesome. So, and I've completely lost my train of thought now, but Jesus. I've never seen a turtle in the wild before. And that's a lot of koi fish. That is so cool. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So basically, I don't know that. Oh yeah, so I haven't seen a lot of ultra wide monitors in that's not online, basically in Penang or even in Kuala Lumpur. You do see them every now and then, but you're talking top of the range ultra wide monitors, which I'm not in the market for, not currently. Wow, this tree, Jesus Christ! I only came here to make amazing stuff. Look at this. That is stunning. Is that so? It's like, wow. So the roots kind of come up here, and then base of trees start up here again. That's unbelievable. Unreal. So we got turtles, koi fish, and ancient trees already. So yeah, basically, that I will find a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, and I kind of want to get set up today. I would have to wait 7 days if I'm going to buy it on Lazada. and I kind of am a little bit impatient about it. Maybe, so I'm a little bit in between two minds about that. I might buy a smaller 24, 27 inch standard monitor to keep me going for a while. And if I do buy that, I'll wait a while for the 34 inch, or I'll have a little bit of patience and just pick up the 34 inch online and wait the 7 days. So it just means I'm using my portable 15 inch monitors, like two of them, for a while more. So yeah, so that's the kind of mission today. We'll be going to two locations. I'll take you inside and do a quick walkthrough of those locations. Basically, ICT so it's kind of central Georgetown, Penang here, where there's two big malls, maybe three, I don't know. And one of them has a dedicated wing to computer stuff. So it's just all computer shops in this wing, which is pretty cool. I have been there before. I don't recall seeing any 34 inch monitors there. Just having a look here at there's not a lot on this end. It all seems to be down further. And definitely no turtles down here. I can't believe I saw a turtle. A few koi fish there. They're kind of coming out. Are they following me? Nah, they're hardly following me. Unless they're like adjusted to following humans because humans throw in bread or something. So yeah, I don't recall seeing any 34 inch in I think they call it a Digi Mall, where it's just all digital gaming stuff and stuff like that. But there is another location that I haven't been to that is within walking distance. So I'm going to take a walk there as well and see if they maybe have any 34 inch monitors and if they're around the 1,000 ringgit price mark. So yeah, that's the mission for today. More koi fish. So the purpose of this and kind of my thoughts around having a powerful PC. Obviously, I'm a little bit of a gamer, so I do and it's always good to have, you know, gaming specs for playing games with good graphics and stuff like that. But it also comes in handy for business and for work because you have powerful graphics cards that can process and edit videos efficiently. You know, multi-monitor setups for productivity or ultra-wide setups, whatever way you want to look at it, or whatever your preference is. So that is pretty cool. And I'm going to have a look here at the yeah, so like my laptop's a pretty decent laptop. I know some of you probably using MacBooks and stuff like that, which will handle video editing very well. I'm on a Surface Pro, which does not handle video editing very well, especially when you've got multi-monitors connected to it, using up the native graphics cards. So I really need a dedicated graphics card. And I have one at home. I have a 2070, GTX 2070. Ti, I think. I don't know, is it a Ti or what is it? But it's a bit of a beast. It's a bit old, but it's a bit of a beast. So it handles everything I need. So all I need is a case, PC tower case that will keep it cool, and keep my motherboard and all my other components cool. I have 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4, and I need a power supply unit to keep it all powered, and the monitor is optional. So yeah, having that, you know, obviously helps for recreational gaming and business as well. So I'm considering this a business expense, as you do, but I don't need to splurge on it because the components I have will work just fine once I have a sufficient power supply unit and sufficient case cooling. So it doesn't need to be too fancy. Currently, I'm the only one looking at it. so I'm not too bothered just yet, and we will always have the opportunity to upgrade in the future. I do think my core internal components need an update soon enough too, maybe the next 6 months or so. But for now, we're going to go and look for our tower case and our PSU and possibly a monitor if I can find a deal. Location number 1, the ICT Mall. So somewhere in here is PC wing, or the digital wing, the Digi Mall. We'll go check it out. Okay guys, that was the ICT Mall. There was a few options in there in terms of cases, a lot of cheap cases. which is exactly what we're looking for. And surprisingly, you even get tempered glass on the cheaper cases. So you're talking around 50 euros. I'll put the currency conversions up here for decent enough looking white ATX case. And the guy said he'd deliver it to me so I don't have to walk around with it all day. He'd deliver for 20 to 30 ringgit, which is about 5 euros. It's pretty good. They had PSUs in there as well. I couldn't quite see if they were modular or not, but you're looking around 30-40 euros for one. We'll probably need some fan cases on top of that as well, which I haven't priced yet. And like I suspected, there wasn't a whole lot in terms of ultra wide monitors, and the ones that were there was two, surprisingly. Actually, sorry, there was one. The other one was a 32-inch curved. But you're talking 3,000 ringgit, which is probably 500 euros, which is a bit above what I'm looking for at the moment, unless I get some mad craze to actually buy one. I don't think it's realistic when I can get pretty much close to the same specs. Fair enough, probably an older model, but it's an Acer Nitro. Acer is generally good for gaming. These Acer Nitro they used to be the budget brand, but they've gotten better over time. So I get an Acer Nitro for 1,000, so 1/3 the price if I wait 7 days. We'll check out this other place. I have to figure out how to get there. Maybe they have some better options, but we'll have to see. I'm just strolling along here and I came across this place. There's a big food court in here. I've been in there before. Nice place to eat. They do kind of live music and stuff like that as well. It's like a little big food court, lots of different options. But this place here, Sin Lam Hui, is one of the more famous places to get durian. And durian, in case you didn't know, is one of the more beloved fruits in Malaysia. Malaysians tend to go mad for it. It's extremely pricey. It's nice enough, not my thing particularly, but I do recommend you trying it if you're visiting Malaysia, or footpaths for motorbikes. I don't think this is a motorbike place. I've seen that a lot as well in Malaysia. But yeah, durian, Malaysians tend to go crazy for this stuff. It's addictive to them. I don't know, is it just Malaysians, or is it kind of something that's well known across all of Asia? But durian is huge in Malaysia. You got durian shops everywhere. That place is one of the more famous places. So if you are going to try it for the first time, I'd recommend checking that place out. And that's coming from Malaysians I've spoken to myself. That specific place is one of the better places to get it. There's all different variations of durian, like, I don't know, as a harvest or mutations or whatever it might be, but that has the more premium stuff in there as well. You're talking probably 30-40 euros for one durian. But yeah, it's worth trying if you haven't tried it yet. Not my thing. I mean, it's nice. I'd eat it, but I'd just as rather eat an apple for, like, here it's like 10 cents or 20 cents. But yeah, durian, worth checking out that place if you haven't tried it. Another cool little place here. You see this a lot in Penang, where you have abandoned buildings. You see how the jungle just begins to take over. Pretty cool. Love to go into one of those places and do some photography. Not that I'm anyway photographically skilled. Photographically skilled? How do you even say that? So, it's 32 degrees here in Penang. And your man here is only Irish, still acclimatizing to this weather. 37 degrees with humidity. So sweat is pouring off me. I've only been out walking around for 15 minutes, but we finally found it. So this is option 2 for buying cheap PC components in Penang. There are a few other options, but they tend to be smaller places. This one looked a little bit bigger. So we're going to check this out. If we don't see anything in here, we're going to go back to the ICT mall, as they do have what we want. It is good quality and cheap, and they deliver for us. So unless I see a 34-inch monitor for around 1,000 ringgit in here, it's most likely we'll be going to ICT. We'll check it out here anyway. Okay guys, so that was option 2. Definitely an interesting place for building a PC. Lots of awards and stuff like that, as you saw going in the door. I think they're good for building premium custom gaming PCs, and I think that's kind of what they're known for. They actually had quite a good selection of stuff too, and all the high-end stuff, like they had ultra-wide monitors, 40-inch ultra-wide monitors, and they were relatively cheap. The 1080p ultra-wide there for around 1,300 ringgit, which is probably 250 euros-ish. I'll leave the actual currency conversions up here. They had a 40-inch ultra-wide for 1,700, so close to 350 euros, maybe, I'm guessing. Again, I'll put the currency up here. So that's quite reasonable if you're building premium stuff. I thought they actually had no PC cases on display, but they had the upstairs area there too, and they actually had quite a lot of them. There was a nice white ATX one in there for 369 ringgit. So that's around 60 euros roughly. Which was definitely a viable option for me, but I did see one similar spec for cheaper in the other place. I'm a little bit in between two minds about it, because I do like the case in here. Their PSUs were a little bit more expensive though. To get a modular PSU, you're talking 100 euros, so around 600 ringgit. Again, I'll put the currency up here. And just not say that and just do it in the future. So yeah, that is definitely a viable option, and I think if you're building a really good PC, that's the place to go. in Penang. But I think I'm going to head back to the other place because it's around 30% cheaper. They have more low end stuff in this other place, which is what I'm after. And they have modular PSUs around 650 watt for around 250 ringgit. So that's significantly cheaper. Yeah, ultra wide monitors are definitely tempting in there because that's around my budget, but you're looking at 1080p instead of 1440p. And yeah, you get a boost in refresh rate, which is decent for gaming. But 1080p on a 34-inch ultra wide, I don't know if that cuts it. You want at least 1440p, I think. So I might have to wait on Lazada and Seb for 7 days to get my ultra wide. But I think I'm going to go back and get the case in the PSU in the other place. These guys did do delivery as well. They use some third-party delivery company. So you don't have to walk around with your PC case all day. They were very friendly, very nice guy. And a good selection, really good selection of stuff. A lot of good gaming mats in there. Some good keyboards. They actually had a lot of monitor options on the lower range as well. And a whole lot of additional monitors upstairs. And yeah, if I was going to build a custom premium PC, I think that's where I'd go. So that kind of decides the options in Penang for gaming PCs and or any high-end PC. If you're looking for cheap and cheerful, ICT is your place. If you're looking for premium, like I would assume they do all liquid cooling, overclocking, all that kind of stuff, and basically just build your PC to whatever spec you want it at, and whatever components. And if they don't have it, they can source it. That's the kind of place it is. And all of their awards seem to be for actually building custom PCs. So I think that's the place to go. But for budget, we're going to go back to ICT and we're going to take this long trek in the 30 degrees weather and melt a little bit to save a little bit extra money for the moment. Okay. Look at that sky, lads. So I'm going back to the other store now because the ICT place didn't have the one I wanted. It was unreal. So that's it, lads. I ended up going for the white one in the last place, which is a TechWare Neo. It cost me 289 ringgit, and I got a couple of extra fans, which were 39 ringgit each, and iGo GP750 bronze ATX power supply for 329 ringgit, and I had to get a screwdriver as well, which I needed. So total cost for everything was 745 ringgit, which wasn't bad considering. And here's everything set up. Like I said, I got the Acer Nitro 34-inch, 1440p, 1 ms response time with 100 Hz refresh rate for 1,000 ringgit on Lazada. And I didn't even have to wait 7 days. It was actually only 4 days. So it was worth waiting for that. And yeah, we're all set up for now anyway. Just before we go as well, there's a link in the description below if you want to sign up for my newsletter, which will be discussing foreign income sources for Malaysians to take advantage of currency arbitrage. So if you're interested in anything like that or anything to do with business, it's a 100% free newsletter. Link in the description, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.